runs the length of the field. So that will be the second try. Great.
Through over the line.
Number 21. And here comes a try for Police Sports Club.
Flags are up. Put and CNFC come back.
Chance, a lovely inside pass to number 20.
Can he go all the way? Yes, he does. Try from Dialog Sports Club.
But it won't matter because Navy have scored under the sticks.
Putting good pressure as collects and scores. End-to-end stuff. Candy Sports Club. How about that one?
Lovely inside movement, and that is an absolute gem of a try.
Championship winning team from Candy Sports Club.
And where down we go.
Hello and welcome to www.thepapare.com. And after adverse weather conditions in the past couple of days, the rain has seemed to ease out, and we are here at Navy grounds from Valisara, bringing you this live encounter between hosts Navy SC taking on Yafos SC. And in the commentary box alongside me, I've got former CRNFC player Ishan Noor. Ishan, good evening, Ishan. The rain seemed to have eased out, but the ground conditions still look to be a bit terrible for rugby.
Hi, good evening all. Yes, of course, I just checked the ground condition is not that great for a game of rugby, but having said that, I mean, this will have to go on, so they might play a tight game, especially if you see inside the 40-meter line, the wet condition still prevails, so I'm sure that they might play a very tight game, and both teams will be pretty much strong in their physique, so it's going to be a tight contesting game.
Yes, indeed, both teams will look to keep the ball up close and tight in with the forwards, and they will look to pressure the opposition keeping the ball. As we see the confirmation of this game, Navy SC, the home team, taking on Yafos from Valisara. So Navy SC coming into this game, they had a hard-fought defeat against, rather a hard-fought win against Police. They were pushed, but they somehow prevailed, winning 31-24. For Yafos, it was Candy. They went up to interval and they got smashed up there. They lost 55-13. So two different results in the past week, but now it's a new day, a new game, and both teams will be looking to put out their best performance and get a result out of this.
Of course, Navy FC past couple of years they have been performing really well, so they are a strong side and they cannot be undermined by any chance. But having said that, even Air Force has been an unpredictable team, because last year they managed to win against Candy. So, but even though they won pretty badly in Candy, here on it's a new day and new game, especially with the wet condition. So never know who might favor the ground conditions, though it is Navy home ground and they have the ground support, but still for all, Air Force is an unpredictable team, so it's going to be an interesting match today.
Yes, indeed. And taking a quick look at the points table, Navy SC are currently on third position. They have played 4 games, and their only defeat was against your old team, CRNFC, back at London Place. So how did you see that game, Ishan?
CR actually stepped out at that game, and I feel that Navy was actually underprepared at certain aspects where CR actually dominated in upfront. So, but later on CR hasn't had any good game after the Navy one, but they played really well. So Navy, after that defeat, they might be looking up for some big names, big wins under their belts. So this might be a start.
Yes, and for Air Force, they are languishing at the bottom position. They're at 7th position. They have just managed a single win from 4 games that win coming against Police at home. So I think there is more for Air Force than for Navy, but saying that Navy would not want to give this one away because they are in with title contender. They are in as title contenders, and I think they wouldn't want that tag to slip away.
True enough, and of course it is a game against forces, so when it comes to Air Force against Navy, there's always a tight game, and Army as well. So this game is going to be pretty tough for Air Force at captaincy, because they are playing at the Navy country. But still, for all there might be a good contest from both sides.
Yes, indeed, and just to reminding you about the try scorers, the highest try scorers and point scorers. It's Tilina Vijay Singh from Kandy. He's up there with 55 points, while Navy's Tilina Veerasinghe is in second place with 49, and following him it's Riza Mubarak in third place with 42 points. So all three very good kickers, and they have scored their fair share of tries as well. I recall Tilina scoring a hat-trick against Police. So all the fullbacks are here in this list, and I'm sure they would want to extend that, especially Tilina Veerasinghe.
It's a very good point that Tirina is actually in their side, and he has been on top point scoring. And a day like this, I think it is best to go for a kicking game, and if there's any 3 pointers or any penalties, they should go. So having a kicker like a Tilina Veerasuriya, they should definitely go for kicks.
And on screen you can see Navy SC's team card. They have made 3 changes. Laharu Vishwajit coming in for Stefan Gregory, Ravin De Silva into the second row for Niroshan Pereira, and Dinusha Fernando, the experienced Dinusha Fernando, replacing Budhima Priyaratna. So taking a look at a quick look, Kasun De Silva, Dulanjana and Laharu Vishwajit will round off the tight three, while Ravin De Silva and Nirosh Pereira are the locks, and Adisha Veeratunga, Danushka Pereira the captain, and Janit Laksara the loose forwards. And taking a look at the backs, Harsha Maduranga and Mohammad Absal will be the halfback pairing, while Supun Dilshan and Dinusha Fernando are the two win 3 quarters, alongside Mushin Falil and Lahiru Herat in the centres, and it's Tilina Veerasinghe at fullback. And the replacements, of course, Stefan Gregory has dropped to the bench, and Dinesh De Silva is also on the bench alongside Tanuja Malimbada and Gayan Vikramaratne. So a strong lineup here from Navy as they look to consolidate.
Of course, Navy, especially number 2, their hooker, is a very good player. Actually, he played really well against CRNFC. And Mushin Falil, number 12, is also another player that to look up to. And Danushka Pereira has always been in the upfront, leading the team as well as carrying the ball forward.
Yes, and taking a quick look at the Air Force lineup, they have also made 3 changes. Charles Praveen coming into the prop position. Supun Madhusanka and Ranjan Baddegam are the other 2 changes. As we take a quick look, Nirosh has moved from tight head to loose head, and it's Parakrama Ratnayaka, Charles Praveen, and in the tight 3 as Supun Madhusanka and Javira Nilanta are the locks, while Gimhan Silva, Radisha Seneviratna, the flamboyant Radisha, is at the open side flank, and Dinesh Veeraratna is the number 8, while Ranjan Baddegama comes into the number 9 jersey, and Gayan Tiddamal got his hot stepper and a player to watch out for in the fly half position, while Ishara Madhushan, Jehan Seal is Ishara Madhushan, and Padmasanka Veerasinghe is on the wings, while Jehan Seelagama, the youngster who left school this year, and Pabasara Hevage will round off the centres, while Rumesh Ramadas is in the fullback position. So Air Force also looks good on paper, but unfortunately for them, they don't have a coach to guide them, but saying that the boys should get together and play this one for their team.
Good to see actually Radisha back at Air Force. That is where he started his career, and then he moved on. He was initially scrum half, but now here he is back again as flanker. So he will have a big input, especially in the forward lineup. And Gayant Iddamalgoda has always been a key icon when it comes to Air Force rugby, and he himself is a man to watch. So there he is with the ball in hand. So it's going to be a really good game in the muddy conditions. So again, like I said, we will be expecting a very close game. And very tight game rather. So forwards will have to work their way off in this game.
Yes, indeed, the forwards will have a huge shift to put in today. And you yourself playing in the forwards on a wet day like this, what would the chat be going on?
Keep the ball close, keep the ball forward and move forward from there on.
Yes, and as we say that Ishara Madhusanka kicks the game off here at Valisara for Air Force, and the ball goes into touch, and it will be an early line out for Navy SC on the 22. Conditions are pretty bad for rugby, but saying that, you got to just suck it up and play.
I believe both teams might test a fullback, so there might be some up and unders kicked early on, and it's very difficult to make any moves from here on because the ground conditions.
Yes, and saying that Dulanjana goes to number 2, and Navy looked like they secured the ball, but the ball has been dropped, and it has been taken into touch by an Air Force player. So back again position with Navy, but I don't think they'll be too happy with what happened after they secured the line out there.
They were actually going for a driving maul, but the wet condition is such that it stopped halfway through. So here's a chance again, and they might try the same thing once again and try to kick the ball out.
Yes, Dulanjana again going to number 2, and again on that occasion it's Adisha Veeratunga, the man with the line out duties, as Dulanjana takes the ball and runs. Now it's given back again to Thilina. Not the best of kicks, but saying that the bouncing conditions, Rumesh Ramadas did well to collect it, and now Ishara gives it out to his centre Jehan Silagama as he goes into contact and looks to secure the ball. Now Air Force with Gayanthi Damalgoda, he gives it to his forward runners, willing there to take the ball up. The tackle looked to slide up a bit, but referee Veranga says it's alright as Iddamalgoda gives it back again to his Wintri. And now it's out wide with Rumesh Ramadas as the Wintri gets clattered there as he collected the ball. That was a big hit there as he collected the ball. And now it's back again position with Air Force. To the number 8 Dinesh. Now Gayanthi Damalgoda opting to change the angle of attack as he goes on the blind side. Air Force still with possession. Damalgoda missing out the first man, missing out Charles Praveen, and gives it to his second man. This is some good ball retention in these wet conditions as Jehan Silagama beats the first tackle, beats the second tackler, and is brought down. But unfortunately there Ishan, the scrum half, knocks it on.
Good to see actually Air Force having that confidence and having that open play very early on, and we can see Gayan Iddamalgoda making some wide passes, cutout passes to centre hits. So it's very nice to see an open game early on though during this wet condition, and Air Force has been handling the ball very well up until this point where there was a knock on.
Yes indeed, I think the scrum half will be thoroughly disappointed there. Ranjan Badegam, he had front football and his team was moving inch by inch forward, but unfortunately for him the conditions not aiding him as he dropped the pill, and now it's possession back again with Navy, and it will be Harsha Madhuranga to feed the scrum. Good steady scrum there by both teams as Mushin Falil steps in, beats the first tackle of Radisha. You don't see that too often, but he is brought down.
Mushin has been very quick, and he is a quick player when it comes to bowling hands. So.
Yes, that's Supun Dilshan on the wing. He has swapped wings from the previous game, but again looked as if it was knocked forward, but referee Veranga says it's alright, and now this time will he say it's a knock on? Yes, it is a knock on. So Air Force gets out of jail on the second occasion.
Navy was trying to do the same thing where Air Force was doing, trying to swing the ball wide and trying to make those hits a bit wider. But as you can see, Dulaj here missing the ball over here. Dulanjana. So Dulanjana has been a very good ball carrier. Even with CRNFC, he made some yards. But over here, he just didn't manage to grab that ball. So wet condition again to be blamed.
Yes, and also I think both teams seem to be catching the opposition off guard. Both teams will be expecting the ball to be kept close, but they look to be running it, so it's good signs for the viewers as Radisha, wearing the number 7 jersey, playing in number 8 position, takes it and gets flung down, and it's a set back again to Ranjan. He gives it to Gayant Idda Malgoda. He swings a long wide ball to the fullback Rumesh Ramadas. He tries to go around the defender but does not manage. And now the ball is back in centre field with the Air Force forwards as they rumble forward. Here's Badegama, gives it back again as Charles Praveen shows some good hands, but a good spot tackle coming in there and stopping the player in his tracks. Now again to the win 3/4, that's number 14 Padmasanka Veerasinghe, but he does not have room, but I think play has been stopped and called for a forward pass. Let's wait and see.
It's nice to say actually Air Force playing a very confident and open game. As you can see, I mean, they have been swinging the ball way outright, and they have managed to actually gain some yards out of it.
Yes, indeed. For the viewers, even though the conditions are terrible out there for running rugby, both teams seem to be willing to play running rugby as Mohammad Abzal is getting a bit of treatment. Doesn't seem to be very happy and seems to be saying that he needs some strapping on as referee Veranga is having a word with the touchline sub-officials, and the time is back on, and now we are back again ready for a scrum as play does resume, and the play was brought back for a forward pass.
So again the opportunity goes to Navy SC to do something early on. Like I mentioned, I mean, it's not that easy actually to make any breaks, especially inside the 40-meter line, within the two 40-meter lines, because the wet condition. So seems like they are planning a move, and Mushin Falil is ready to run with the ball. So there might be a mid-break somewhere on the line.
Yes, indeed, Mushin Falil might be coming on the short angle and might be wanting to take it up in close as here goes Janit Laksar, but saying that it's Dinusha Fernando with the ball, bumps off the first tackler but is brought down as Harsha Maduranga gives it to Kasun De Silva. He tries to bounce off the first tackler, but the tackler hangs on for dear life and he is brought down. Harsha back again to Dinusha Fernando, and now it's Ravin De Silva. He's a good youngster. Now Tilina throws a long cutout ball to Danushka Perra. He tries to show and go, but he is brought down, and now Navy have lost some yardage, but saying that they are still with possession, and Mushin Falil gets the offload to Ravin De Silva. He bounces off the first tackle and makes a couple of yards. Now Navy with front football. What will they manage to do? Tilina gives it out to Mushin Falil. He gives it out to Dulanjan, and Dinusha Fernando tries to get the offload. He does get the offload from the floor. Tilina throws a wayward pass, but it's somehow managed to be caught, but the referee says no, there is a knock on, so a bit of promise in play there. Navy also deciding to spread the ball wide. I think both teams might be catching everyone off guard by throwing the ball wide and deciding to run in wet conditions, Ishan.
Of course, we saw some nice offloads from both teams and they managed to catch the ball. So here on there was an unfortunate knock on over here. If not, it would have been a really nice play to continue to watch.
Yes, and now it will be Yafo's Ranjan Badegama with the scrum off to feed the ball just about 25 meters away from their own try line. As just a reminder, CHNFC are taking on Police at Police Park. Another interesting game as the number 8 for Yafos breaks. Dinesh breaks, and now it's with Badegama. He gives it to Gayant Idda Malgoda. Cannot go out on the full, so decides to kick it in, and Dinusha Fernando, not a man you would want a position with to return the kicks, as Supun Dilshan tries to beat the first tackler but he's brought down. And now it's Mushin Falil with possession. And he manages to recycle, and now it's Maduranga. He gives it to Ravin De Silva. He takes the direct route. No step in, no shows and goes, just runs straight in. Mushin Falil decides to send the ball inside to captain Danush Kapera. He sets it up. Now there is no scrum half. Mushin Falil comes into play. Scrum half Kasun De Silva. Prop forward. He takes it up with his head down. There seems to be a chance for a turnover, but well. It looked like a turnover, but the referee says otherwise, and he says the tackler needs to roll away. And it'll be interesting to see in this replay. The tackle was made, and Radisha, well, yes, that's touch and go, Ishan. The number 8 or 9 was it? He was not rolling away, did not make any effort to roll away, so I think rightly so the referee penalized him.
Correct. Radisha was quick for the ball, but the opposition player was actually covering the other player. So this gives the opportunity for Tilina Veera Singh to go for 3 points. So like I actually said, I mean, early on, it's always good to go for 3 points because it's going to be difficult to actually cross the line and to score. So escalating 3 points will be a wise choice to both teams, and having a good place kicker like Tilina, I think they should take this opportunity.
Yes, indeed, a very good place kicker to have in your sides, and with these conditions it will be hard to accumulate points, but it will be interesting to see what he can do. He gets a good contact, but no direction as the ball goes wide, and it will be a 22-meter dropout. But for Navy, they will be receiving possession back again.
So Navy has a chance again to attack from here. So they are not far away. It will be within the 40-meter mark. So
it will be former Wesleyite Ishara Madhushan with the 22 restart, and he decides to go long, but doesn't catch it well. Thankfully for Yafos, the ball does pass the 40-meter line. And now Adisha Veeratunga takes the ball into contact. Harsha Maduranga organizes in his forwards, gives it to Kasun De Silva. A very quick line there by Yafos, but saying that Kasun De Silva did well to break the first tackle as Abzal gives it out to Lairu Herat. A lovely pass, a lovely step there by Lairu Herat. He tries to go on his own. He had support on the outside, did not look for it, and goes on his own. And now Abzal, a no-look pass to the wing three-quarter Supun Dilshan. He takes it into a contact. The turnover seems to be good, and yes, it is turned over well. That's Ishara Madhushan on that occasion. A very good turnover there by the wing three-quarter. Putting his head into the walls, and now Gayanthi Damalgoda has the opportunity to go out on the full, and he does. And a good relieving touch find there. The kick going about 7-8 meters behind the 50-meter line, so that was very good work there by Yafos, first with the turnover and then with the clearance.
it was a beautiful turnover, as you can see here. The wing three caught actually stealing the ball, and for everyone's surprise, and he actually got Air Force out of the jail. If not, it was going to be a tough call with Navy in the front foot, and they would have ended up scoring.
Yes, indeed. The break was all thanks to Lairu Herat, their flamboyant centre, playing in the outside centre position. He made the break, but after that he did not look for support, tried to go on his own. Now again Danushka Pereira loses the ball forward. Well, it did look as if it went forward all day long, but well, yes, it has gone forward. The referee has sanity prevailed, and referee Veranga has called for a knock on at the line out. So for Navy, they will be disappointed.
It took some time to referee to call, so probably he would have wanted to game to play on, and he was expecting Air Force to have the ball, but since it moved and Navy was having the ball, it was called as a line knock forward. So again, opportunity to Air Force to attack from here, so they might go for a kick or they might move on. Let's see.
Yes, and that was rightly called by the assistant referee, so good work there by the assistant referee Priya Suranga. He saw the knock on and he called it, and now it will be Ranjan Badegama to feed the scrum inside Yafos 20, inside Yafos half. Now it's Dinesh playing in a number 8 position, decides to go on the short side, gives it to Jahan Silagama. He uses Ishara the wing, Now possession again with Yafos. Hit the Malgoda to Charles Praveen, but unfortunately he loses it forward, and now a counter-attack in possession as Lairu Herat had the man on the outside again, decided to go on his own and loses possession. So 2 opportunities for Lairu Herat and both goes big in because he didn't look for support. It was good pressure there by Mohammad Afzal, but Gayantid the Malgoda somehow finds his way to touch.
Lairu actually, of course, he has a speed, but he also need to think and look twice, especially both sides his support. So as you saw earlier as well, he had a good break, but unfortunately lost the ball. And here again, he wanted to move. Like, as you can see, I mean, he's quick enough, but he should have just given that pass early on to Dinusha Chaturanga to do the work, and then he could have gone and sealed the ball.
Yes, indeed. So that will be the story of the day. Both teams drop in possession, but the team that manages to accumulate points at the end will win, as Adisha Veeratunga, yet the entrusted man with the line-out duties from number 2, collects it, and now goes Dulanchana. Gives it to Mushin Falil. There's no way for him to go through there. Now possession back again with Navy. Adisha Veeratunga back again, and he takes it up into contact. Now Maduranga to Lairu Herat, no chance of getting the ball away. Quick Russian line in defense gets to him and stops him in his tracks. Maduranga again to Kasun De Silva. He tries to make yardage, and he's called for not releasing the ball. So, well, you can say that was a harsh call. One knee struck the floor, but you can let that go if you want to. But the referee decided that he is going with it with the as a letter of the law. You can see here one knee strikes the floor. Well, you can that on another day it could go either way, but today it goes against the Navy.
There was a mud patch over there as well, and it was not very a perfect place to play as well, and the touch not going out, so the ball is in, so it's going to be a hard task for Air Force to actually defend back again.
Yes, indeed, a very bad touch find there by Ishara, as Afzal drops it short to Adisha Veeratunga. He's brought down man and ball at the same time. Now Mushin Falil to Danush Kapera. He throws a wide ball to Supun Dilshan. He has got the pace from the outside, but I think the play has been called for a forward pass. Yes, indeed, that pass was forward. So now yet again, Air Force, having not kicked the ball into touch, they somehow win back position and inside Navy's half. So if they are able to make something out of this, I think they could even get some points.
Of course, and it's just 20 minutes of the play, and we have seen so many forward passes and knock-ons. I mean, you can expect something like this on a wet day like this, but now it's actually Air Force's opportunity to do something, and we can see Radesha coming in as a number 8, so they might look for another move as in the number 8 break, and to score on from there.
Ishan, in wet conditions like this, what do you say in the scrum?
To get the quick ball out, and we don't want to kind of shove, because it is not possible to do so.
But saying that now, Air Force have lost possession and the Navy have stolen possession, and they are back on the counter attack through Mohammad Afzal. He gives it out to his second row, Ravin De Silva, and he takes it up into contact. Now quick ball is the need of the hour. They do get quick ball. Mushin Falil steps the first man, beats the first man, does get the offload away, but again it's another knock on. So just as I said before, that will be the story of the day. The team that holds on to position will manage to get points, but neither team looks as if they will do that today.
We have seen some beautiful offloads, and if you can see here as well, Afzal, I mean, having a beautiful break, coming in that inside angle, and if you see this pass, it was a wonderful Sonny Bill Williams stuff over here. But then again, I mean, offloading in this wet condition is not a good option actually over here, and as you can see, again Navy lost position.
Yes, and both of these plays, first of all, Air Force, they were stopped by a good tackle from Mushin Falil, and then Afzal was chased down by Gayantid the Malgoda. So tackling is also key in these wet conditions, as Pat Degama feeds it. Dinesh breaks off the back of the scrum, and he sets it up. Now Radisha picks and goes. He spotted the opportunity, spotted the little gap. Back again with Badegama. He gives it to Gayan Malgoda. Cannot go out full, so he decides to kick it to the floor as Dinusha Fernando. The first game for him in the starting role, so it will be interesting to see how he goes as Charles Praveen beats the first man and pumps his legs, but he's brought down by a willing tackle there by Navy, and now Idda Malgoda again deciding to put boot to ball and finds some good grass, but the referee has bought play back. It'll be interesting to see. He says offside, and the penalty is for Yafos, so the Navy number 1 he shows was offside, and Yafos with the penalty.
Seems like they might go for a touch over here, so Navy might be wanting to or rather Air Force would want to do a small line out drive or so from here on.
First things first, Ishara. This time does he find touch? No, he doesn't again. Disappointing work there, but he gets out of jail as the ball is knocked forward, so Yafos are having a bit of luck on their side, but still they have not managed to get anything off it. As we see, Harsha Maduranga was the culprit who knocked that ball on, so it will be Yafos feeding the scrum inside Navy's half. Another opportunity.
A game like this, especially when forwards are also tired and they are also expecting the backline or the kicker to actually put the ball out and gain some line, so it is very important that he managed, and first time he didn't, but this time also he didn't, so this creates a doubt within the forwards to go for a touch.
Yes, that's a cardinal error there, not finding touch as Radisha breaks off the back of the scrum, gives it to Jehan Silagama on the short angle. Now Gayan Malgoda pops it to captain, played in at the hooker position, Parakrama Ratnayaka. He sets it up, Badegama gives it to Gayan Malgoda. He cuts out 1-2 and gives it out to his big man in the center position, and he takes it forward. Now Badegama, as Gayan Malgoda gives it to his captain, he decided to use the short side there, and now they win another penalty. Yafos, this time the referee says number 2 coming in from the side.
Well in kicking range, they might go for a kick to a 3-pointer, but Idda Malgoda again going for a touch, seems like. So they should ensure that the ball goes out so that Air Force has a good opportunity from here to work out just about 10 meters out of the try line.
Yes, and this time the kicker has changed. It was Gayan Malgoda. He said to his youngster, give that to me, I will find touch, and he does find touch. So 10 meters out, 10 to 15 meters out from the Navy line, try line, as Captain Parakrama Ratnayaka goes to throw into the line out. So this is a prime position for Yafos if they manage to get something out of this.
Of course, you can see Radisha, pretty much everyone is in the line. Forwards are there in the line out, so they might go for a line out drive, but unfortunately dropping the ball. Referee is calling out for knock on and Navy's ball. So these are the crucial opportunities where Air Force is actually did get a good opportunity over here, but unfortunately losing the ball, and Navy wins the position right again.
There was some good pressure there by Adisha Viradunga from Navy. He did spot that they were going to number 2, and he contested position and managed to get an error out of it, and now back again position with Navy SC as Harsha Maduranga looks to feed the scrum, and they will look to get themselves out of jail. Janit Laksara gives it to Mushin Falil. He steps in and slips in the process, and now Yafos have won them, rather Navy have won themselves a penalty, as the referee shows for coming in from the side maybe, and now this time Navy survived the scare, and now Navy are back again with possession as Pilina Veerasinghe looks to kick out for touch. I think, Ishan, this was expected, a scrappy game in wet conditions. Both teams finding it extremely difficult to hold on to the pill, and the game is being played just in between the 22 meters of this field, so tough game for all the players out there.
It's been almost 25 minutes. As you can see, the scorecard is still 0-all. So it is it's very difficult to actually make a break, and no one has made the scorecard as of yet. So once again, and this time it's Navy who's losing the line out, and back again it's Air Force ball. So it has been a scrappy game, and both teams has got the opportunities, has got their chances, but they have lost the ball and given it to the opposition.
Yes, indeed, a tough task there, asking a lot from the hooker in these conditions to throw it into the number 6 channel. As we see, it was a difficult take there, as captain ThePapare had no chance and he knocked it on, and now Yafo's in possession.
Again, we can see Radisha. Radisha's break has always been horizontal and not on a straight line. So we can expect again he is not running straight and he's targeting that number 10 line channel, but not gaining much ground over there.
Yes, Radisha ran sideways, and Gayan Diddamalgoda gets a lovely touch find, but Dinusha Fernando decides to go quickly, and now Tilina, he goes for touch but does not get a lot of yardage, as the ball is still inside the Navy half.
It was a strategic kick and it went really well for Air Force, and subsequently it was Dinesh actually thrown the ball in, but didn't gain much yard, but at least about 10 meters away, and still for all it's Air Force ball once again. So Air Force again gets the opportunity to make use out of it, but seems like Navy defense has been very good. Even in their line out they have been counter jumping over there, and there might be an opportunity over here for Air Force if they win this ball.
Yes, and now it's Captain Parakram Ratnaik to throw in to the line out for Air Force. An 8-man line out here for Air Force, as Ranjan Badegama is in the scrum half position. First of all, they look to secure position. They do, but the ball looked to have been dropped forward, but the referee says straight down. The tackle comes in late there on the captain on captain. But play goes on. Air Force still with possession, goes to the open side, and Iddamalgoda gets the inside pass to Charles Praveen. Scrum half finding his fly half, but he does find his fly half, and another good kick there, a tactical kick you could say, and now Air Force pin Navy back inside their own 22, and now it's the onus is on Navy for them to win the line out without any mistakes and clear their lines.
Interesting to see Gayan's kick. I mean, this has been his key, and this has been his strength rather when it comes to tactical kicking, and he has always managed to find touch and put the forwards in the front foot. So it's going to be a tough, and we can see the rain coming down, so it's not going to be easy. Again, the ball, it's going to be wet conditions, and tough call for both teams.
Yes, it will be Dulanjana to throw into the line out. Tough conditions, as we see the rain is falling back again, but good decision making there. They go short, but saying that they have lost the position again, and now it's again with Air Force. The player there, I think he finds it difficult to pass it to his left, so he turned himself, did not get the pass out. Now Iddamalgoda, men on the outside, he does find his number 8 wearing the number 25 jersey, but he does not stay in touch. That's a cardinal error there. They won possession inside the Navy 22, and Dinesh does not step inside, and he is put out of touch. I think his teammates will be really disappointed with it there.
But none of them seems to be disappointed. They are rather happy. I don't know for what reason, probably because he made some ground. But like you actually said, he should have been inside the play so that the play would have continued. And once again throw to Navy, pretty much the same position, same place.
Adish again there loses the line out, and now that looked forward, but the referee has been in play back for the knock-on. So Navy are putting themselves in trouble by not doing the little things correct, and it looks like they are asking for Air Force to come and score, but they seem to be failing on every occasion.
Just that both teams has had their slippery hand over here. So and I think both teams players have kind of lost confidence in winning the line out, because as you can see, I mean, Air Force also missed couple of line outs, and now Navy, so they need to get their confidence back and put the line out straight and get it to the basic right to get the line out right over here.
Matt Degama at the back of the scrum gives it to Jehan Silagama. On that occasion it was Gayan Diddamalgoda, but the referee has called for holding on, and now Navy back again with the penalty under their own posts, and they will look to clear it to touch as we see the replay again.
As you can see, I mean, number 21, Air Force number 21 should have actually gone, because he knows that his player is going for a attack over there, whereas he actually drifted away, so he should have directly gone and supported him, and that 2 seconds actually missed timing, and Air Force Navy actually managed to get the ball back.
Yes, indeed, Navy somehow clear their lines back again, and now still inside their own half, but a little bit of pressure relieved from them, as it will be Dulanjana to throw into the line out.
This time on, they managed to get the line out right, just throwing 5 meters, and their prop forward just holding on to the ball.
Another penalty there for Navy, as the Air Force players was penalized for a high tackle, and now one penalty, the line out. Navy managed to win their second penalty, and now it's yet another opportunity for them to get the ball into touch and build on from there.
Navy actually need to adopt some faces over here. What's actually happening is they haven't had any continuous play for some time now, so Navy need to play close and play tight, and then not move the ball out.
Yes, that was Niroshan Ratnayaka. They are penalized for the high tackle. The tackle seemed to slip up, but rightly so. The referee says high tackle as player welfare, and anything above the neck is highly dealt with in rugby nowadays, as Dulanjana goes to throw into the line out. There was a bit of confusion, and now they'll have to do it all over again, as the referee shows for time off. He seems to be going to have a word with the Air Force number 1. So it'll be a 5-man line out for Navy, as Adisha Veeratunga secures possession, and now they set up the drive-in maul. Dulanjana with the ball at the back, as we see Harsha Madhuranga calling his back row forwards as well to get in there, and they are looking to drive this. They do get it going forward, but there was one stoppage, displays the referee, and now the ball, it's broken there by Ravin De Silva. He makes some good yardage, and now quick ball. If they can manage to get some quick ball, I think they can make something out of this. Dulanjana bounces off the first tackler, throws him away, and secures possession. Navy back again. The player there took it and went from the ruck, and now Harsha Madhuranga calling his forwards to play, keep the ball in tight, close, and do they get over? No, they don't. Adisha Veeratunga sets it up. Navy back again with possession on their side. Dulanjana playing in the bright yellow boots. Looks as if he will pop it out. Yes, he does pop it out to Kasun De Silva. Does he get over the line? No, he is pushed over. So Air Force are showing in some good defensive work here, as Dulanjana takes it this time, and yes, he does get it down this time around. Some good work there. This time they decided to keep the ball close, in close, up front, tight with the tight forwards, and this time it's Dulanjana the number 2 hooker who gets over the line.
Very good play by Navy, actually keeping the ball close and trying to get that line just inches by inches and moving on close to the line and then doing the pick and go. I mean, this is the right move to actually do in a wet condition like this. And Air Force, they tried their best. I mean, their defense were really good in the close range, but unfortunately they just couldn't hold on, and Dulanjan actually managing to cross the line. So it was very good play by Air Force, by Navy.
Yes, indeed, and as you can see on the replay, 3-4 phases later, Dulanjan Vijay Singh takes it, pumps his legs, bounces off a couple of defenders, and there was no stopping him from that close as he bulldozes his way over. And now it's Tilina Veerasinghe with the opportunity to add the extras from the 5-meter line. It will be a tough kick in these conditions, but a kicker who has proved himself time and time again, we would expect him to get this over. He does get some good contact, and that's a lovely kick there by Tilina Veerasinghe. That is over, and that seals 7 points for Navy. So the first try coming in of Dulanjan, and Tilina does add the extras, and Navy go in with a lead, 7 points to nil.
This is going to get their morale up for Navy players, and in the other hand, Air Force, they tried their best and they did have the opportunities, but they didn't kind of utilize it and manage to score. So yeah, Navy in the other hand actually doing the right thing, keeping the ball close and managing to score. So it's going to be a tough to Air Force to come back.
Yes, indeed, that was the first time Navy went into the Air Force 22 and they come away with points. So good execution there, but now this time the kick does not find touch by Harsha Maduranga. As a high tackle there, that looked terribly high, and the referee says playing advantage, and now position is with Air Force. Here goes Ishara Madhushan, tries to step his way through but does not get through. There is a knock on there by Ranjan Badegam, but the referee calls play back for the high tackle, rightly so, and he shows a number, and he just shows for a high tackle. So now Air Force straight away with an opportunity inside the Navy half, and looks like as if they are going for touch. And yes, Gayanthi Malgoda, the experienced campaigner with the ball in hand, says I'm going for touch, and finds that's an excellent kick there, finds good yardage, takes Air Force onto the Navy 22.
Air Force 2 should do the same thing what Navy actually did, try to win the line out first and then move on, and to keep the play close, to do some pick and goes. And it is very important that just 3 more minutes for the first half, so it's always good to go to level the score when they're coming for the second half. If not, it's going to be tough.
Yes, and the ThePapare Light delivering the lighter side of sports. If you want to get your events covered by the ThePapare Light, you can call the number on screen or send an email, as the Air Force captain throws in the line out, and well secured there by the number 2. Now it will be interesting to see if Air Force manage to get some points off this just before the halftime. Good drive-in play there as the forwards make yardage forward, and now position still with the Air Force. They're looking. There was a bit of a hint of the ball dropped forward, but the referee says drop back, and now Gayanthi Malgoda knew there was an advantage. He went for the cross kick, the juggler, but not well executed as the referee brings play back for that penalty.
I think Gayanthi actually saw that penalty coming in, so that's why he actually wanted to try out that cross kick. And had it been executed well, it would have been a brilliant try. But wet conditions, it's pretty much difficult to run through the ball as in normal conditions. So again, Gayanthi is actually going for a line out. So this time on, probably Air Force might try the same thing on going out for a line out drive. But the first things first, they should secure the ball and get the line out straight.
Yes, first things first, it's about securing the line out, and then they can decide about driving. And I think Gayanthi Malgoda knew that there was an advantage coming, and that's why he went for the cross kick. He also saw that the Navy defenders were in a bunch, and there was a win-3.
And if you can see the body language of Navy players, I mean, they are not going to contest, and they are just trying to drive the Air Force back. So Air Force has no pressure in winning the line out, so it's about getting the line out drive right.
Yes, they do manage to secure the line out, and now Air Force are going forward. They bring the ball down and they secure position. Now it's with the big forwards keeping it up tight and close for Air Force. As we can see, Kasun De Silva there making the tackle, and now Air Force, this time it's their opportunity turn to keep position up close and tight, and the forwards rumbling forward and still position with them. So some good work there holding on to position, Air Force. That's Dinesh there taking the ball, and he gets it away to his teammate, and now it's set, and we can hear the crowd also getting behind Air Force as now pick and go after pick and go. Air Force are trying to catch Navy off guard up tight and close, but they do not seem to be getting it correct.
Air Force doesn't seem to be having a man outside of the line, and everyone is trying to grab the ball and go from there, whereas Navy did it where they moved it out a bit and then again came close. So over here they are just trying to play close, where they should have just have one man just 2 meters away so that they can actually move the ball away from the traffic.
Yes, indeed, well called there, Ishan. They need a man away so that they will get a couple of defenders away, but they don't seem to be getting it right. But saying that, now they have won a penalty, Air Force, as our clock turns 40, but it's the referee's clock that is the one that matters, and now Air Force with a penalty.
Should have been an easy 3-point. I mean, I know it's just 7-point gap, but still, for all, like I actually earlier said, I mean, 3 points are very crucial and very critical. It's very difficult to actually cross the line, so they should have, the captain should have called for a 3-pointer or just a pick and quick tap, but they have called for a scrum over here, so probably Radisha might come at number 8 and they might try to break.
Yes, indeed, Radisha will pack in at number 8 and try to break, but I think with these conditions they should have ideally gone for the 3 points to get the scoreboard ticking and get some momentum on their side, but saying that, they have decided otherwise and they are going in for the kill.
Now that they call for a scrum, they should ensure that they should score it under the post, and it is Radisha's turn over here. Mushin Falil has been a very good tackler, and I should say, and he's the one who's defending in the back line, so it's not going to be a easy thing. And Radisha and Mushin has played together in the same team for police last year, so Mushin would know exactly what Radisha's move would be.
Yes, indeed. First things first, they need to win the scrum. They do. And now Radisha gives it to Gayanth Iddamalgoda. He spreads it wide. The win 3/4 tries to step his way, but he's brought down in a very good tackle. But still, for Air Force, the positive thing is they have possession. Now it's with the big loose head Niroshan as he takes the ball up into contact. The Air Force player tried to catch the Navy defenders off guard, but now they lose the ball. It's taken out into touch, and that first half flew by, but it was just Navy with the only try to Dulanjana. A very scrappy game, you could say. Ishan, how do you sum up this first half?
Well, Air Force had good opportunities, but they never tried to utilize them and kind of score. And even here, this opportunity, they should have actually, like you said, keep the scoreboard ticking by just putting the 3 points. But unfortunately, they are going to the second half with 7-0 and Navy taking that 7 points lead. So first half has been scrappy game, and there had been so many knock-ons and forward passes. So they need to get their basic right when they come to second half, because still it's going to be the wet condition and they need to keep the ball close.
Yes, indeed. So this is the confirmation. Navy's 7 points coming off a try from Dulanjan, and it was converted successfully by Tilene Veerasinghe. That was the only points in this first half that flew by. A scrappy half, you could say, with both teams knocking on, throwing forward passes. But the vital thing for Navy is that they have a 7-point lead and something to build on for the second half. We will go in for a short commercial break and be back with live action from the second half.
So I came to Sri Lanka for the challenge, basically. I had a great life in Australia, and I'd been coaching at the same school for 10 years. We had a great house and I had a good business, but I wanted to push myself out of my comfort zone. So I came here. I don't know how to speak the local language. I still don't really know how to speak the local language. And we just travelled around and started to absorb the culture in Sri Lanka, and we ended up falling in love with the place. And at the same time, I started meeting rugby players and coaches, and I fell in with ThePapare, and I started doing some commentary, and I really enjoyed it. So one thing led to another, and all of a sudden I'm commentating and I'm coaching, and I'm part of rugby life here in Sri Lanka.
ක්‍රීඩා පුවත් සිංහලෙන් www.thepapare.com වෙබ් අඩවියට පිවිසලා සිංහල භාෂාව තෝරාගන්න. ක්‍රිකට්, රග්බි, පාපන්දු, වොලිබෝල්, මලල ක්‍රීඩා, පැසිපන්දු විතරක් නෙමෙයි වෙනත් ක්‍රීඩා සහ විශේෂාංග ලිපි වුණත් ThePapare සිංහල තුලින්. ඇයි අපේ වීඩියෝ පිටුව ක්‍රීඩාව හා සම්බන්ධ දහසකුත් එකක් වීඩියෝ, සම්මුඛ සාකච්ඡා, ඒ වගේම ඇසිදිසි, රග්බි පිටියේ කතා, ස්පෝර්ට්ස් මසාලා වගේ සතිපතා ජනප්‍රිය විශේෂාංග නරඹන්න. ඔබේ පරිගණකයෙන් ටැබ් එකෙන් එහෙමත් නැත්නම් ස්මාර්ට්ෆෝන් එකෙන් ලබා ගන්න ඔබට ලේසියෙන්ම පුළුවන්. ThePapare සිංහල ක්‍රීඩා පුවත් ඩිජිටලීකරණය.
Dialog Television per day TV channel card within දින 4ක බෝනස්. දැන් දින 3කට ගෙවා දින 7ක් කැමතිම channel බලන්න. Hollywood, Bollywood, cricket, විශ්ව දැනුම කාඩ් දිවයින පුරා අලවිනියෝජිතයන්ගෙන් දැන් ලබාගත හැක. Dialog Television ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ටෙලිවිෂන් රසාස්වාදය.
My considered opinion of rugby in Sri Lanka is that there's a lot of passion here. That's easy to see by the way the players play, but also about by the crowds that come and watch the games. The way it can improve, I think, is if the players and the coaches concentrate more on the skill acquisition and the detail of the skills. I think mainly in Sri Lanka they concentrate on just the actual process of making a tackle instead of the fine detail of making that tackle right. And it's the same with passing the ball or kicking. If they can concentrate more on the small details, I think there'll be huge advancement here.
Watch the latest seasons of your favorite TV shows on the same day as the US. Good Behavior, Young Sheldon, DC's Legends of Tomorrow, Blind Spot, Jane the Virgin, Law and Order True Crime, MacGyver, and many more unfold exclusively on Dialog Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience.
It doesn't matter what you think.
The first rule is trust yourself.
Sri Lanka's #1 television experience now brings you the Interclub Rugby season live. Don't miss out on any of the action. Exclusively on Dialog Now, channel #1 on Dialog Television, the Dialog TV Go app, ThePapare.com and Dialog My TV. Introducing the Dialog TV View Hub. Catch up to 3 days of missed programs. Rewind your favorite moments on TV up to 2 hours. Record your favorite programs when you're not at home. Enjoy thousands of hours of movies, TV series and teledramas on demand. Upgrade to the Dialog TV View Hub now. Visit www.dialog.lk/TV for more information. Dialog Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience.
සිහියෙන් පාරේ යන්නත් මට දැන් බැහැ වගේ තුන්හිල ඇල්ලෙන් හැලෙනවා මට කියන්න ආසයි ආදරේ බත් මහේ අකුණක් ඇවිත් වැදුනා වගේ.
Hear it, sing it, share it. Dialog Music හඳුන්වා දෙන Yonder Music.
Hello and welcome back to www.thepapare.com, and we are here at Navy grounds in Valisera in all readiness for the second half. A scrappy first half flew by as Navy managed just 7, which incidentally was the only points in this game, and now it's Navy to kick off the second half, and I'm joined alongside Ishan Noor. Ishan, what would you expect from this second half here?
Air Force would have learned their lesson in the first half, so there would have been some chatting going on in the room. They will be probably mastering their mistake and trying to keep the ball close and try to win their lineouts right and get the points on board.
Yes, and Air Force successfully secures the kickoff, and now with possession and looking to break free through in centre field. Now Charles Praveen gives it out to the first man. He steps, tries to beat the on-rushing defender, but does so and makes some good yards. And now Gayanthi Damalgoda this time decides to put a boot to ball. And does he find the grass? No, he doesn't. So back again, Navy attacking, counter-attacking through Tilina. He puts the kick in. It's fielded by the fullback Rumesh Ramadas. He steps and gives it to Charles Praveen. And now Charles Praveen takes it up into contact. Gayanthi Damalgoda. This time he opts to use his men on the outside. Throws the pass. And Air Force still with possession. As we see a man down is down as well. As a doctor rushes onto the field. Looks like a head injury. But it's difficult to say from up here as Gayanthi Damalgoda drops an up and under. Harsha Maduranga catches it, gives it to Mohammad Afzal. He has men on the outside but decides to put the boot to ball. Now Ishara Madushan with the man on the outside. He steps in and he's brought down. Ravin De Silva goes in for the holding on penalty but does not win it. Good clean out coming in. Now with the Damalgoda again decides to kick. Not too many good kicks by the Damalgoda, all going to hand and not to land. But now Dulanjana with the kick and chase, but does not manage to get his man as Dinusha Fernando brings Ishara Madushan down. Now the scrum half gives it out to his fly half and a lovely inside pass there. Yafos with the break. What will they manage to do? He does not find support. Instead he goes into contact. Now the Navy line. Everyone seems to be offside. Now it's with the win 3/4 for Yafos. He steps and gets brought down, but the referee brings play back for a penalty in favor of Yafos.
Some interesting play and tactical kicking by Gayanthi Damalgoda that would had worked in the first half, so probably that would have been the dressing room chat to keep the momentum going, to put some boot to the ball. And as you can see, Navy players are struggling early on. There was an injury, and again their wing 3/4 is down over here. So seems like Air Force has built their momentum somehow and trying to gain from the second half.
Yes, indeed. Air Force are trying to pin Navy down, pin them down in their own half, as we see a couple of highlights. And I think, well, for Gayanthi Damalgoda and his coaching staff, ideally he will want the kicks to go to land and not to hand, but saying that a couple of those 3 kicks went to hand. But thankfully for him and his team, they have won themselves a penalty inside the Navy half. So it'll be interesting to see what they do from here. Do they go for 3 points, or is it too far to go for 3 points? Will they go for touch? It'll be interesting to see. As we see, Mushin Falil is a man down. He was his head was on the wrong side there, and was it a head injury? Well, it's terrible. It's terribly difficult for us to say from up here, but it does not look like a head injury. It is a leg injury. But thankfully for Navy and for himself, he's up on his feet, but seems to be limping, and change is imminent.
Mushin has been a key player for Navy SC and seems like he is walking out. So it's a big blow for Navy, and it's only Afzal who's being in the centre, and Dinusha Chaturanga, Dinusha Fernando, the experienced man in the back line. So they are losing out a good defender and a good attacking player, Mushin Falil. So let's see who's the replacement.
Yes, indeed. He is a vital player both in attack and defense, so it'll be interesting to see who replaces him. They have a couple of able replacements through the likes of Salia Hanapangoda and Dinesh De Silva. As we see, the Sri Lanka tour of India is currently on, and you can catch all the highlights, match reports and updates right here on www.thepapare.com, as Gayanthi Damalgoda is steadying himself to go for touch. So again, they decide against 3 points and go for touch. So 2 opportunities. If they had taken them, they could have been 6 points and been trailing by 1. But saying that now they have an opportunity to get 7, will execution let them down, or will they manage to execute it right?
Like you correctly said, had they put that 2 points, then it would have been 6, and it's just 1 point difference. But over here, they are trying to go for a 7-pointer and to end up by try. So it is very utmost important that Air Force executes it and gets a 7 point on board. Again, Air Force FC losing the ball over here for a knock-on. So coming back for a scrum, and good opportunity to Navy to get out of the jail.
Yes, indeed. Again, they decide against 3 points, and execution lets them down in the line out, and back again possession with Navy. As we see, Tanuja Malimbada is the replacement for Mushin Falil. So a very able young player, as the number 8 breaks, and Janit Laksara gives it to his center, as now Tilina decides against the kick, gives it to Abzal. He says enough is enough, and puts boot to ball and finds a lovely touch finder.
It was a beautiful kick actually. It travelled about 50 meters, and they are out in the 40-meter line of Air Force territory. So Air Force have to work their way back again, and they lost their 3 points. They went for a line out. They lost the line out as well. So now it's again they have to build the faces right back from the 40-meter line.
Yes, indeed, Ishan. It's those little things, especially in these type of weather conditions, wet ball conditions here. It's those little things that matter, and they had 2 opportunities to go for the posts and get 3 points each, but they decide against it, and now they find themselves trailing by 7 points and stuck inside their own half. So a lot of work to do, as now Navy somehow secure possession. They secure the line out. Lovely bit of play there by Adisha Veeratunga. Again, he's the man who contests the line out from the number 2 position, puts the Air Force players under pressure and wins the turnover. So lovely bit of play there by the youngster.
Air Force just not getting things right on this day, on a wet day, but still, I mean, they had some good line-out drives early on, but now here they are just losing their line-outs, and good pressure actually by Navy FC on the other hand. Some good line-out contesting going on, so making it difficult for Air Force players to win the ball.
Yes, so we can see the fly half having a bit of a word with Harsha Maduranga, the scrum half, as he feeds the scrum. Janit Laksara at the back decides to take it and go, slips, but manages to get back on his feet, and he's brought down. Now Harsha back again, organizing his forwards. Dulanjana, he decides not to go into a contact and gives it out to the centers. Rather, it's Adisha. He pumps his feet, pumps his legs, and makes a couple of meters. Now Abzal this time goes for the crossfield kick, but well read and well called for the mark. So lovely bit of play there by the win 3/4. We're not too sure who he is, as he's on the far side, but good bit of reading there, reading of play, and he goes back, collects the kick, and then calls for the mark, and now taps it and gives it to Gayanthi Damalkot, and he finds touch. So good exit strategy here by Air Force, but for them it's not the exit strategy that is the problem, it's their execution when they are with possession in the opposition half.
Air Force has been using Gayan a bit when it comes to line kicking, but they haven't actually used him for the 3-pointers. So this is where they need to go in, and once again Air Force having the opportunity to counter the line out, but Navy so far has had some good line outs but losing couple of ones. So Air Force should exert pressure over here.
Air Force did look as if they were going to have a contest in the line out, but they decide against it, and now Dulanjana gives it to Lairu Herath, coming in short, and lovely penalty there. I'm sure that's Radisha Seneviratna, and it is Radisha indeed. He goes down. He was the tackle assist, so he went and clung over the ball, jackaled over it, and wins the turnover. So now a bit of momentum shift in favor of Air Force. It'll be good to see. It'll be interesting to see what they manage to make out of this momentum shift.
There go one more line out. Again a good opportunity for Air Force. It's about, like you said, execution. Very vital over here.
Yes, well, I think that is the only aspect of the game they are lacking, because they did seem to have the luck in the first half. Navy were asking them to score, but execution let them down. Now again at the start of the second half, they do seem to be winning possession, but will they manage to execute? Well, they somehow managed to secure the line out, and now with the Malgoda double pumps, gets the ball away. It's knocked back by Silagama as Yafor's secure position. Ranjan gives it to Gayanthi Malgoda. He gives it to Charles Praveen. Bounces off the first man, but he's brought down by Danushka Pereira. They decide to go on the short side, but nothing seems to be working that side. And now back again on the open side. Idda Malgoda gives it to the straight running forward, and he goes into contact. Now back again with Idda Malgoda. Had the man on the inside, but decides to go on the outside. Bad pass there. Well kept under control with his foot, and now takes the ball into contact. Now Ranjan Badegama gives it to Idda Malgoda. Charles Praveen coming in short, but he ideally should have popped it just there, but instead he decides to run across field and take the ball with himself into contact. Now they are searching for a scrum half. Instead the forwards come and pick and go. Not the ideal field position where you want to play pick and go, but they somehow decide that they want to do it, and now the Yafos managed to secure position. Now it's with the centre, Jehan Silagama. He shows, bounces off the first man, bounces off Absal, but he's brought down by his fellow defenders as Absal seemed to catch a bit of a knock. But now again Yafos scrappy with position in hand. Now Tanuja's kick goes straight up, does not make any yardage, but will the play be called back for the knock on? Looks like it is, and yes it is. The referee calls play back for the knock on, and now yet again execution letting them down, and Yafos stuck in their own half.
Yafos trying everything actually to gain some yard, but in the process losing the ball. As you can see over here, Idda Malgoda trying to shift the ball away and trying to make a centre hit, but unfortunately there was another knock on over there.
Yes, Ishan rightly said, Yafos are trying everything, but this Sailors defensive wall is not cracking. Good defensive show in this harsh weather conditions. As we see, the rain is falling. It's still continuing to fall here at Valisara, and there is no respite with the weather, but saying that, Navy's defense is also holding up pretty well.
Having said that, even Air Force has had a tight defense, where Navy has been it has been very difficult for Navy to cross the line as well. So as you can see, even Air Force.
A lovely move there, and Tilina Veerasinghe breaks. He's looking for support on the inside, steps inside. He does beat the final man, but he's brought down. And now Madhuranga gives it to Mohammad Absal. He pops it short to his forward runners as they decide to take the ball into contact. But lovely turnover there, and not too sure who that is, but well, that's the captain Parakrama Ratnayaka, who wins his side a turnover. So the captain putting himself into the wars and winning position for his team, but what will they manage to do out of it is what is interesting to see. Now Yafos successfully managing to take that ball into touch, as we see a single replacement coming on. Ranuka Madhegedra coming on for Yafos, as is it Charles Praveen making his way on the far side? It looks like it is him. So an impact player has been taken off by the Yafos coaching staff.
So as you can see, I mean, Navy has not given a good ball to Air Force at all when it comes to line outs, and they have been contesting, and that has been the key, whereas Air Force in the other hand has not properly contested some line outs.
Yes, indeed. The contest of the line out inside the 222-meter lines, Navy have done it spot on, but Air Force did not contest a single line out inside the 222-meter lines of the field. So I think that has been another aspect of the game in which Navy have got one over of their opponents. So I think that's also a reason why they are leading on the score line.
Navy Air Force has a couple of experienced players, and it's up to them to actually step up and say, you know, guys, come on, let's contest. Especially guys like Radisha, who has been playing, and Dinesh as well. So both of them has played for police for some time. So it's up to them actually to come up with a strategy to counter their lineouts.
Yes, and saying that Thilina Veerasinghe finds a lovely touch finder as Air Force are pinned back in their own half, and now it's Navy's opportunity to make something out of this. And I think if they manage to get another try, the game seems as if it may slip away from Air Force, and it may seem a bit too far away for Air Force. But first of all, for Navy, they will be looking to secure the line out. First things first. Dulanjana Vijay successful with the line out throw again, as now the maul is formed, and we can see Harsha Maduranga barking orders to his forwards, telling them, drive mate, drive, take the ball forward. Now they decided to break off the maul and set position. Maduranga, he decides to show and go. Not the best of decision, but now Afzal comes in to play scrum half, so good bit of halfback play there by Afzal as well, seeing that his scrum half went in, but now Air Force have won a penalty for holding on, says the referee. So good bit of play there. I think that's Radisha Seneviratne again.
Radisha has been pretty quick over there, as you can see. He just managed to escape because he didn't actually release the player, but went on for that. He's pretty quick when it comes to whooping the ball.
Yes, indeed, he was pretty lucky on that occasion. He did not show daylight for a second, but I think the referee thought that he was tackled by the previous man, and hence Radisha was the tackle assist, so he didn't have to show daylight. But whatever it is, the referee has given the penalty to Air Force, and they decided to kick it for touch, and now they are inside the Navy half, as Parakrama Ratnayaka, their captain, gets ready to throw in to the line out. This time a good bit of number 2 line out work there, and now Air Force seem to be rumbling their way forward as they get an advantage as well. The referee's arm coming out for the maul being collapsed, and now one penalty yielding another, and the momentum, well, that has not seemed to shift too much.
Now that they got their line out drive right, probably they might go for another touch. Yes, that is what exactly they're doing.
Yes, and also we can see the play in the new jersey, number 23, Nuwan Perera, has come onto the field. So a bit of fresh legs is something the Air Force lads would have hoped for, wanted for, and that's what the coaching staff is providing for them. And now just on the 22-meter line, Air Force with an attacking line out.
Navy didn't contest the previous line out, but seems like they're going to contest over here. The body language shows that. So
yes, indeed, Adisha looks as if he will rise high again. So it's all onus on Parakrama, the captain, to find his man and first things first, secure the line out. The line out did not go to hand, but somehow it's secured as Nuan Pereira, now playing at scrum half, gets the ball. But now again Air Force trying to get that miracle ball away and losing it as a replacement scrum half for Navy. Sali Handapangoda, he comes in, but no clear ball coming out there, so the referee decides that the penalty is coming for Navy as the tackler did not seem to roll away. So Sali Handapangoda has replaced Harsha Maduranga in the number 9 jersey.
So as you can see, once again Air Force losing yet another golden opportunity. The touch was right, but the throw was just a bit high. That was because Navy player was contesting, so pressure on Air Force, and yet again Navy kicked the ball out, and it relieves some meters away, and Air Force have to work their way back again to Navy half.
The home team not letting Air Force settle. They do seem to get the momentum a bit on their side, but Navy on the other hand does something, and they do that something well to disrupt that momentum, and yet again on that occasion they contested that line out and won possession, and now back again they are in the Air Force half. So good bit of play by Navy to disrupt the Air Force, and now the line out is won. Sali Handapangoda gives it to Lairu Herat, he gives it to Ravin De Silva. The flamboyant flank playing in it, packing in it now, a second row. Sali Handapangoda looked as if he was going to pass it, but the referee says there was a bit of a knock on there. It'll be good to see if we can see on the replay what happened there. As the clock just ticks past the hour mark. The hour mark usually in a game is another milestone rather, where both teams look to make something happen. So
So 20 more minutes in the game, and seems like the game is just shifting away from Air Force to Navy, and if Navy scores one more try, it's going to be difficult for Air Force to come back. So Air Force should do something and try to get the points ticking.
Nuan gives it to Charit Seneratna, the replacement, as he tries to break through, does get through the first tackler, but now sets the ball up, and now Radisha playing at scrum half. Idda Malgoda gives it to the big man Charles Praveen, he goes into contact, back again with Idda Malgoda. Lovely pass there, good hands shown by Air Force as now they are on the attack. The win 3/4 gets the fend away and goes, but there was a slight knock on there, and well seen by the referee, and he does catch it. Good bit of referee as well, but for Air Force, scrappy play again, and yet another opportunity goes back in.
Air Force had some brilliant breaks. They moved the ball out wide, and you can see here just beating the man Afzal and a forward, and but it was unfortunate. The first player actually slipped out, and the second player tried to grab the ball and loses the ball, and Navy getting the opportunity again over here. I think in the second half it's only a couple of times that Air Force managed to come to their Navy 22, but now for the past 10-20 minutes or so they haven't been in the second half.
A bad pass there by Janit Laksar, and Dinusha Fernando, the man who was looking to go out to kick the ball into the field of play, because he didn't have the chance of kicking it out on the full, but failure, an error creeps in there as Dinusha Fernando kicks the ball out on the full, and now yet another opportunity for Air Force. So this half as well, like the first half, Navy gifting opportunities to Air Force, but execution and the final product was something that's lacking. As we see on our screens, Hong Kong will be travelling down to Sri Lanka to take on the youngsters, as the under-20 tournament is to happen. Two-legged tournament. First leg in Sri Lanka, second leg in Hong Kong, and you can catch all the action live on www.thepapare.com. as the referee says there was an infringement there at the line out, and it's a free kick. decision time for the Navy lads. And what will they go for? Yes, they opt for the scrum. Ishan, do you think that's the correct option inside their own half, opting for a scrum?
I think that would have been a secured option because Navy want to have the ball positioning. If they had kicked the ball to touch, it would have been Air Force throw. So the main thing was to have the position in their half, in their hand.
So position it is, and it's with Salia Handapangoda and Navy as he feeds the scrum. Janit Lakshara backing down. They look to go to the short side just as the earlier question, but this time the number 8 decides to hold on to position rather than throwing the hash pass, as now Dulanjana goes straight down there.
I haven't seen Dulanjana actually making some moves, breaks, because at Sia match he played a really good game, but over here I don't know whether he's citing an injury where he's not actually giving his full game actually today.
Yes, indeed, and you don't see that too much often from Dulanjana, just taking the ball and going straight down. But now Yafos have caught the clearance kick and are back again with position. But unfortunately for Yafos, they are still stuck in their own half. So a long way to go if they are to get something out of this move. Idda Malgoda decides to go on the outside. Charit Seneviratne cuts out one. Now it's with Padmasankar. He gives it to the center as Yafos somehow managed to secure position again. The counter-ruck coming. Counter-ruck seemed to be fine, but Navy, rather Yafos, hold on to position. Idda Malgoda runs across field and gives it to his big man. Looked like a block tackle coming in there, and yes, it seems as if the referee is going to his pocket, and he does go for a yellow card, a cynical block tackle there, and rightly so. That tackle is actually so dangerous that it could injure the man who is going to make the tackle as well, because he's going with his shoulder leaning in, and if his head strikes there, he could get concussed. But thankfully it's not as if anyone has got concussed, as we can see there on the replay again. A terrible tackle there.
It's actually suicidal. So Dinusha Jaturanga seems like he's having a shoulder injury as well, so he's out for 10 minutes and seems like he might be out for the whole game.
Yes, indeed, Dinusha Fernando clutching onto his shoulder. A dangerous tackle there, and rightly so, sent to the sin bin. The referee did not think twice on that occasion, showed the yellow card before he got up to his feet. So it was the right decision there by referee Veranga, as Gayantida Malgoda finds touch 25 meters out off the Navy try line. Ayafos, on countless occasions in this game, they have come into this position of the field, but they have not managed to make anything, as the score is 7-0. So will this time be the opportunity where Yafos makes points? They are also a man up, so this will be a prime opportunity. They secure the line out and look to get the maul going. They set them all up, but a good counter maul coming in there by Navy, but Radhisha Seneviratne with possession breaks and goes, and now it's set up. Nuwan Bandar decides to go to the big number 3. He takes it up into contact for Yafos. Idda Malgoda, a man coming in short, gives it to him. He is tackled and brought down, and now Yafos still with ball in hand. A lovely tackle there by Stefan Gregory, is it? As Yafos, the players, that was a very good decision there not to throw the miracle ball, because if he had done so, he would have got a knock on. But now Yafos win a penalty. The man was coming in off the side. What will they manage to do, Ishan?
Looks like they might go for a line out. The previous one was good, but the line out drive was not that great, because halfway through they actually broke off. So they might try for another line out drive.
Yes, on this occasion again, the referee has blown for time off. Not too sure why. And you can see the referee having a bit of word through his communication. And Charit Seneviratne is also on for Yafos in the number 12 jersey. We can see him going and pumping his forwards up, telling them, boys, this is not over, just one score away. We are just one score away, and if we manage to get something out of this, it'll be game back on with little more than 10 minutes to go. Referee seems to be having a bit of a word there with one Yafos player, telling him, signaling for him to get off the field. Not too sure why. As we hear the boos from the Navy faithful. And now Gayanthi Damalgoda again goes for touch. Ishan, if they had got that 6 points early on, this could have been the penalty that they could have got the lead. But saying that, they did not manage to execute anything on the previous occasions, and now trailing by 7. Again they go for touch, and another opportunity for Yafos.
Well, the confusion is that during a call of penalty, you cannot change players. So that is what would have happened when number 20 player came in, but now he's back on the field.
Yes, the disappointment we can see on your face as well, Ishan. Yafos scruffing up yet another line out touch penalty that they kicked to line out. They failed with the line out execution, and now back again 25 meters, 24 meters away from the Navy try line, setting things up. Gayanthi Damalgoda, men on the outside, decides to go to Charit Seneviratne. That looked a bit forward, but yes indeed, the referee is going back, says that that pass was forward. So yet again Navy survive and they get off the hook.
Just seems that Air Force is running out of options and they don't know what actually to do. So even here Gayanthi just passing the ball out and trying to go run away from the traffic and trying to secure the ball out. But Air Force unfortunately losing that line out once again, and it's very critical and very crucial that they get their line outs right.
Yes, Yafos are trying everything, but unfortunately nothing seems to be working for them. And thankfully for Navy, in defense everything seems to be working for them, as their defense is holding firm. And now the scores read still 7-0 in favor of Navy, as the Sali Handapan go to the replacement scrum half, feeds the line out. Janit Laksara breaks, gives it to Lairu Herath, who comes in the short channel. Now Adisha Viratunga goes well into contact. A couple of men need to roll away, but the ball is out. Lairu Herath back again, takes it and goes short. So Navy look like they are willing to keep hold of possession and keep it close by. They don't want to send it wide, which is a good choice. But now Tilina Veerasinghe comes into scrum half position and opts for a box kick. Rumesh Ramadas, does he get it out on the full? Yes, he does get it out on the full. Bad execution yet again on this occasion as well. Execution letting them down, and Yafos are stuck in their own half, and Navy with another opportunity. If they manage to get something out of this opportunity, I think it'll be game over. Dulanjana successfully goes back again to Adisha Viratunga, the man who has been at the center of all lineouts. He has been contesting lineouts and disrupting lineouts, opposition lineouts as well. So he has put on a lovely show there. He could be a contender for man of the match as well, as Sali Handapangoda this time with the penalty. Was there a penalty advantage coming? Well, there was, and he decided to get the little bit of a chip over, but fails with anything, as now decision making time. Will they go for 3? Will they go for the line out? We can see a big discussion in the center.
Seems like they're going for the 3 points, and that is the correct call by the captain Danishka Perera, pointing out at the post. And it's just 9 more minutes in our clock. So a wise choice, and Tilina has been in the point scoring list and he has scored some points. So a wise move by Navy actually calling on for 3 point.
Yes, indeed. After lengthy discussion in the center of field with the captain and Mohammad Afzal, Navy decide to go for the posts, for the 3 points. So Thilina Veerasinghe was on 49 points at the beginning of this game. He managed to get a conversion over 51, and if he gets his over, he will go to 54 points, which is not a bad tally with just 5 weeks into the Dialog Rugby League season. Good concentration shown here by Thilina, visualizing what is about to happen. Gets good contact, but unfortunately for him, the line is not good. A wayward kick, but however, it is a 22-meter restart, and the ball will be back with Navy as Nuwan Perera goes straight out on the full. So decision making time, and now again, yet again, time and time again, execution letting them down, and we can see Ravin De Silva pumping up his players, telling the Navy lads, come on boys, don't give up, just a couple of minutes to go, hold on, get a score, and if we do so, I think this will be game, set and match.
Air Force needs to calm down, have patience and build their composure from here. I think they are just trying to rush things, and they are losing out in the process. And even here, as you can see, it was a 22-meter dropout. He just kicked it out and giving Navy the opportunity to attack from their just outside 22.
Lovely bit of short side play there by the line of Navy. Yes, I think Air Force, they had the opportunities, and they were also a bit shell-shocked by with so much opportunities being thrown to them, and I think they rushed it, and they did not manage to get anything out of either opportunity. And now Afzal gives it to Lairu Herath again, time and time again, coming in, running straight into the traffic, and now they win a penalty, Navy. This time yet another kickable penalty. What will they opt?
Afzal is showing the sideline, but again Thilina is confident that he can take the 3-pointer. That is what exactly they should do. It's just 7 more minutes, so if the 3 points come, Navy will be 10 points and Air Force will be nil, so Air Force will have to score twice to get into the game.
Yes, indeed, sanity prevailed on that occasion as Thilina took the ball to his hand and told everyone, no, we are not going to touch, we are going for the posts, and that will also drain a bit of time on the clock. So good thinking. Now Thilina with yet another opportunity to secure some points, and if he does so, I think it'll be a mountain to climb for Air Force with less than 5 minutes to go on the clock.
Mind you, Navy is playing with 14 players, so I think probably in another minute or two the 15th player should come back, the one who is sin binned. So either it should be Dinusha Chaturango or someone else.
Yes, and that's the kick over for Thilina Veerasinghe and Navy, and that extends their lead to 10 points. So Air Force need 2 scores if they are to get anything out of this match. But Thilina Veerasinghe and Navy, on the other hand, they have come and they have managed to get points off the opportunities, and that has been the difference here as Gayanthi Damalgoda restarts, and Navy straight away returns the kick. And now Air Force back again with possession. The number 8, not too sure why the game was stopped, but the referee seems to be going to have a bit of a word there with both teams, and seems to be having a word with Danushka Perera, the Navy captain, and he has penalized them for talking back at the referee. So and now I think there is nothing left for Air Force to do other than going for touch or taking a quick.
There are some discussions happening. They are also confused, and like I said, they are just running out of options. They don't know what to do, and over here they are just trying to take a quick tap because line out has not been that great, so they might as well go for a quick tap.
Yes, indeed. Line-out has not been working well. And now Yafos on the back foot. Everything to play for. And now again, this scruff of position. Mohammad Absal drops boot to ball. Rather ball to boot. And the ball stays inside the field of play. Good tackle coming in. And now Yafos yet again have lost hold of ball. And now another opportunity for Navy. Inside, or rather close to the Yafos 22. And Navy, if they execute this scrum well and their backline works well, I think they should manage to get something out of this as we see the replay of the knock-on. Yes, and we can see Dinesh De Silva has come on for Mohammad Absal. He's not too happy with that heavily strapped left elbow, as Dinesh De Silva goes straight in and slots straight in at fly half, as well as Dulanjana is also coming off. So you don't see that too many times. But the coach has decided enough is enough, as he wants to rest his players for the next games as well. Now Janit Laksara. Straight away the referee calls for running into his own man. And now possession has been turned over yet again.
Mario, none of the players are into the game, looks like. Even though it was just 10-0 and 10-0 and Navy is actually leading, Navy also kind of was not playing the game that we used to expect, especially from a team like Navy. So as you see, even Dulanjana is taken out of the field and he didn't actually have that impact, and he was just passing the ball out. So none of the players are actually into the game.
Yes, indeed. I think one reason could be for that is the weather conditions. They have to insert a lot of energy if they are to stay on their feet, and I think that has drained a lot out of the players, as now the ball has been knocked on and rightly called, as a bit of argy-bargy going there after the whistle has been blown there. Stefan Gregory, he is known for a bit of afters, but thankfully for him, it's nothing more than just him dumping Gayantidda Malgoda on the floor legally. And now a minute to go on our clock, and Navy leading by 10 points. I think now there is nothing Yafos can do to get back into this game. Well, after a couple of discussions up here in the commentary box, there were some good performances by Harsha Maduranga for Navy. The scrum half, he directed the traffic well. Dulanjana scored a try, but the ThePapare.com player of the match goes to Adisha Veeratunga, the blindside flanker who packs in right now for Navy. He has been clinical in the line-out, won all his line-outs and disrupted his opposition lineouts as well, and that wins him the ThePapare.com player of the match, as Navy secure possession, and Salia Handapangoda gives it to Ravin De Silva. He bounces off 1-2 and goes down. Now it looks as Navy is just wanting to hold on to position and waste time on the clock and just secure this win.
Well, there had been some individual brilliance by both teams. There are some individuals who played really well. Radisha Senaratne is one of them who stand out actually with a couple of pickings from the ruck, and of course Gayantidda Malgoda had some good kicks, and he actually gained the momentum and gained the team forward. And for Navy, it was Abzal. Abzal made some good breaks along with Mushin. But as you can see, game comes to play. The 80th minute has gone. So that the final score remains 10 points to 0, and Navy winning the match quite easily.
Yes, indeed. The scoreline does not replicate what type of match we have had here. A very scrappy game. Yafos had plenty of opportunities to get the scoreboard ticking, but the execution let them down today, and in terrible and adverse weather conditions, knock-ons, restarts of play was at ample. There were many restarts, but thankfully for the home team, they somehow managed to score the first half. That first half try to Dulanjana, and a penalty through Tilina was enough for them to secure 10 points and secure the win here at Valisara. So another win for Navy, their 4th win out of 5 games, and I think now it's all about getting themselves ready for next week's encounter. How would you sum up this game, Isham?
Overall, like I actually mentioned, the players were not into the game probably because of the weather condition, and even it was a scrappy bit of play by both teams. Lineouts was pathetic by Air Force. I mean, there were so many opportunities they actually executed and done something, but Navy, in the other hand, they actually played really well. They outplayed the Air Force lineouts and managed to seal their ball as well. There had been some individual brilliance, like actually mentioning earlier, especially Radish and Gayantit Demalgud actually stepping up for Air Force, and in the other hand, Afzal and Mushin Falil made some good line breaks in the center. But all in all, it was Navy's day, and they managed to win. There were so many opportunities, like you actually said earlier, to get the scoreboard ticking by just putting the 3 points, but they missed those opportunities and they wanted to convert for 5 points and ultimately missing the 5 points and the 3.
Yes, indeed, as we see the score breakdown, 1 try, 1 conversion and 1 penalty was all that was in this game. A scrappy game here at Valisara. Knock-ons, plenty, forward passes, scrum resets. There were plenty, but the scores read only 10 points. The first half, Navy managed a try through Dulanjana, which was the only try, the converted try in the first half, and in the second half it was only Tilina Veerasinghe's penalty that got them points, and the full-time score reads 10-0 here at Valisara. And of course, Adisha Veeratunga, the player of the match for Navy, he was immense in the line-out, won all his line-outs and disrupted his opposition line-outs as well, and that won him the man of the match. And that's it from us here at Valisara grounds, as the Navy win their home game against Air Force. And we wrap up here. Romario De Silva, Ishan Noor, and with the technical and production crew, thank you and good night.
Someday we'll run you down till you fall.